Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm calling the guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie up the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check into golf. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that court. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. With me, boy.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll try and start this drive in the air. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive.
Watch it now, Barney!
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Detroit!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And he's got this down to the 35. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they drop it for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. Floating one, incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 2nd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score, almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this will be incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And it's 3rd and short.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll set up to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This will be taken at the 10. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Burton. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And now running right through it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. He'll look to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. David Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. to throw now on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tom Davis. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. That'll bring up second down. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Lucky 56.
On second down, Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep up, and this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. David Johnson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And it's now 21-0. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Here we go now.
Looking to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Sheldon Rankins able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Now back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
He'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Set. 3-19.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Big hold of the 30, and finally brought down at the 34-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boys. I see you. 4 down, 4 down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the play. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Toss. Here's Johnson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Yeah, baby. All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll set up a throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaq Thompson leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
4 down, 4 down. Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Hey, here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Bird. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 more yards there and another first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On second down, McCaffrey. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Extra point try good by Gano. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Gano out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Watch
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on 4th down. Carolina getting set to take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Green, 39! Green, 39! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. So that throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Johnson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They'll look to throw here. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 18 yards there and a first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22. Now a handoff, Johnson, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Back to throw here. A quick hitter complete. It's Malone. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Here we go.
They're going to look to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it go again. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Over the middle, it's caught by QT. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run it with Johnson. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
They'll set up to throw. And his pass, incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's third down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away, and that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. He'll look to throw. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
Watch him now, Barney!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Saints on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd down and 12. He throws there, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be a 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it. Blue.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
Got his target, Samuel. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now back to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now let's go. Green 39.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Here we go now.
They'll set up a throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot a bit.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? Might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They pitch it out to Johnson. Room to run inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Looking to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Akeem Spence busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. David Johnson with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now. Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the Panthers coming out now. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ken Crowley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.